itself actually has no substance of matter whatsoever.
It's very similar to most of my life.
Ah, okay. Hey,
Yeah.
Boom. You know, can we beat unlike Jay's life?
Oh.
And hey, there
Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
Right.
so Hao versus Zaz, we're gonna see so much 3AB, we're gonna see so much 4 on the other side. When I heard that this was the match that we were gonna be commentating, what I'm curious to know is if Zaz does 3AB charge, could Hao parry it on reaction? I don't know.
Parsec server, probably.
Yeah, because if he can do that, that's not nothing. That is a guaranteed heavy slash.
Yeah, but
and that's why they
using that back step immediately, just get out of this pressure. He goes in with 6-6B as well, which is a great Ronin cancel move that Haohmaru has. Probably his best one.
I just realized we just had an absolutely miserable stage
Yes.
for Florida Man. Not really up. Okay, jump B, not exactly the strongest jump move that that Hao has.
Yeah, Diddy kind of has like a really bad like habit that he likes to go for, which is a lot of 3A, like all the time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an autopilot move that he likes to go for, and it definitely has some counterplay to it if Florida Man is able to adapt.
Nitty getting solid guard damage. He also has triple curse, so he can do all kinds of crazy things with this now. He may not even need it though. There it is. That is. I was under the impression that at 3 curses you get a much better combo, but I might be wrong.
Ooh, the 2A though, gonna secure that round. He almost lost it. I feel like
Yeah, it's funny. If Florida Man had done the exact same thing that he did in the first round to finish out the game, he would have won again. So much guard damage.
It's a backstep. Using 6B again. That's a super plus transition with 6B into Ronin cancel.
Yeah, it's important to note though, he is doing 3-3-BK, which without rage is -14, I believe. So, and I noticed that Nitty wasn't punishing it. So, you know, if you end up losing this round as Florida Man, I mean, hey, it's sauce on this stage. That's already going to be very irritating to deal with. But if you can like gain some sort of an understanding as to like what your opponent knows about your relatively new character,
that was a great disrespect. Yeah, it was a great disrespect from Florida Man using that 2B, very fast moving, firm on hit into that uppercut right there.
Oh, he took the bet. Why did he do it? The teabag starting already. This is the first to 10, my guy. All right, random stage. That's what we expected. I don't know so much about that that challenge there. I think you could have done perfectly fine at just pressing forward and getting out of there without having to take that kind of a risk.
Yeah, that's like the classic Zas like frame trap of like, haha, my back to the edge. I'm going to ring you out. And you kind of just have to know you're in that spot and just wait for your opportunity to get out of there.
Well, also, I would imagine that it's easier for Hao to get out of those situations because he can backdash. I'd be willing to bet that he can backdash in certain situations where other characters can't, because Zaz has the ability to gain lethal hits if you try to back away from him to a certain degree.
Yeah, it does a great whip punish. Yeah, using that great back movement that you were just talking about, Jay, to get that whip punish.
Already has like the corner control. Ooh, scary, scary.
Yeah, counter hit fish for the ring out, but not gonna matter. He drops the combo. It's okay. The BB gets
What was that? I don't even know what the grab should have been.
I have no idea.
Because the typical combo there is 2B plus K, which is very different than grab.
Maybe fat fingered. Maybe he's using the PS5.
Well, he
pad.
is Fat Florida Man. Man, I'm spending so much time over here at this wall.
Yeah, so not doing what you were maybe thinking was possible, reacting.
Maybe it's not possible. I don't know.
Who knows? Not Florida Man.
All right, and that's a ring out.
Yes, it is. Great confirm off that 2B. Super fast vertical poke.
Yeah, it's essentially what you're going to see Hao's poke with the majority of the time, especially when they're in close. Not only do you get the ring out opportunities that you get in these kinds of like small wall kind of situations, but it's also okay. I wasn't sure if that was going to do it again, but you can obviously, as you can tell, cancel it into safe pressure as well. So it's a very, very solid tool that Florida Man has definitely championed and pioneered since Hao came out.
Exactly, and it's hit confirmable totally. Oh, when using that super tech jump off that 4-4K to jump right over.
Yeah, super tech jump plus super tech crouch.
Yeah, it has the plus frames.
Oh boy, this isn't it yet, but okay.
Haohmaru does have long-range pokes as well. You saw that 6B super long-range vertical poke. Nice block. Doesn't get anything off of it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was going to say, that would have been a beast of a thing to pull off if he was right, but he wasn't, so it wasn't.
He wasn't, so he lost.
Yeah. But he is definitely going, it really seems like when Florida Man is stressing over, like, these 2-2A situations, he's getting a lot more mileage. He already has at least one of the lethal hits stocked. So he's basically dead to one combo if Nitty ends up falling for it.
Exactly, and he tried to whiff punish with it as well, but didn't quite get the timing correctly.
Yeah, it's important to note that Nitty isn't punishing 6-6. Okay.
Yeah,
Nitty isn't punishing 6-6A on block either. That's -12. Now, you're not talking about gigantic punishes, but it's kind of a pseudo-lesser version of Nightmare, where I think that if you just kind of go back and forth with Hao, yeah, he's going to destroy you on damage, because you're going to whiff once, and then it's just like, well, that's like a third of your life. The way that you have to kind of deal with him is to be able to smother him and try to like poke out those little tiny edges that you can get whenever you can. He has a lot of highs that he tends to focus on. He also has a lot of moves that are slightly punishable, so I'm wondering if Nitty's going to be able to pick that up.
Yeah, maybe. He also, when he has that life lead we saw from Florida Man in that last round, he was able to just run away there. He gets the parry that time into the lethal hit.
Tries to go for something to like catch movement.
Yeah, he gets a bit of a frame trap after it.
Yeah, it's plus 10.
Frame trap.
Yeah. Or plus 12, sorry. Hey, here we go. Okay, so he is doing it relatively. I wonder if he heard me. That is your typical tech trap. It's not a force like tech. You can duck in that situation. Okay, somebody's making a statement here. Watch, you're gonna get wrung out too, like a jerk. Oh. See, this is what I'm talking about. He's able to 4 out of that situation where most characters would have to at least attempt to block that 6BB from Zas.
Exactly. He goes to the run and cancels again. Keeps himself safe. Nice. Keeps the parry.
Every time now. There, now we're actually getting combos off of the command grabs. This is an interesting tactic.
The 6-6B, Ronin cancel. Into the knockdown.
You can tell in the previous games he was going with heavy slash on block to try and like do pressure to Nitty, but now he's going for B slide K for the unseeable low. So it looks like instead of going for pressure, he's going for nits, which I think is smart.
Yeah, in the 6-6K. I-12. Fast. Great situations like that.
Here's the punish. Here we go. Yeah, didn't go into stance, which is definitely the right way to go.
Yeah, you got the 6B whiff punish into the mix-up and able to get off that. The big damage off the critical edge. Great use of meter as well. Up 2 rounds, might as well throw it out.
Oh, absolutely. You spend whatever you can at this point, except for maybe Rage Explosion.
Yeah.
No parry there. I wonder if he like has it on some strings but doesn't on others, or was he just taking a bet every time? And it's a relatively solid bet. Nitty is definitely one to kind of what you were talking about before when it comes to like effectively like a cruise control type of 1-2 strings that Zas is no.
What?
Yeesh, yeesh.
What was he just didn't block?
Yeah, that very much looked like akin to like what we see Astaroths do when their opponent like goes off a soul charge, where he looks like it legitimately looked like a straight up punish. Yeah. Already has half a bar. We haven't really seen Nitty use his resources all that well just yet in the set. I feel like we haven't seen much soul charge, and we haven't seen 0 CEs.
There's one soul attack right there, and getting a lot of pressure off it into the curses. Rocks it.
This is something that I think is a very underrated tactic, which is just using meter aggressively. There you go. That's it.
See, like, that's yeah, great use meter aggressively, but Florida Man falling into that same trap of he was at disadvantage, tried to do something, but the I-16 3A is gonna ring him out.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, just based on what limited stuff that I've seen so far in the set, it's either going to be Florida Man wins the set or Florida Man loses the set for himself. Do you know what I mean? Like, as opposed to Nitty, quote-unquote, winning it, it would be more of like Nitty's going to put himself in situations to allow Florida Man to screw up enough to get himself wrung out and lose.
Yeah. And Florida Man is a very solid player, right? But he can get inside his own head, and that's when he definitely starts to falter, when he starts getting killed. And Nitty is...
Especially in one of these situations like this, where there's, like, a point to be made, where he's clearly, like, he's not just playing to win, he's playing to, like, embarrass his opponent. So I think that's a certain edge that could potentially put Florida Man in a bad way.
Yeah, but that's a critical edge. You give him a sizable life lead, goes for the
force block in that situation.
It is, and wow, he gets him with the heavy slash there. Just throwing it out, Florida Man. Going to be up 1 round or down 1 round to 2, but still not in a bad spot. Still has a meter to go.
Yeah, you might as well keep doing these heavy slash. It doesn't look like Nitty is like dealing with that situation very well at all. In fact, I'm not entirely sure how Zas handles that situation. You normally want to try and interrupt with a kick because the RI doesn't work on kicks. I don't really know about a kick that Zas has that goes that far.
Nitty may not even know that it's negative 14 on block.
Yeah, you're right.
Right,
He's definitely falling for that. Here we go. Okay, so that's not going to do it just yet, but gonna. I don't really know how Florida Man gets out of this. Even I guess the way to get out of it is a rage explosion.
Yeah.
Or not.
Or go for like a 4-4K or Earthquake Slash or something.
Yeah.
Interesting option. Not necessarily terrible, right? If you went for like some mids, it jumps over, right?
Yeah, I feel like on Wake Up though, there's like not a lot
it can be work. It can work, right? Like you'll see like Siegfried players do 4-4Bs on Wake Up and that kind of stuff, just because it's very evasive. Just he went for like a big read, like out of maybe desperation, and it didn't pan out. That's just kind of how it goes sometimes when you go for those big reads.
I feel like this is definitely the kind of stage that Florida Man would have won. It's about as neutral as it gets. Haohmaru, as far as I know, not necessarily known for his gigantic wall combos, but okay, here we go.
It doesn't really have anything. Zas doesn't really have them either.
Yeah, not anymore at least.
No, and the ring out potential, definitely Zas is amazing at hitting you from behind for ring outs.
That's saved to Zas reversal. That's hilarious. Ooh, going for a raw Warriors focus.
Yeah, good.
I definitely think that's an underrated tactic. Yeah, look at those fours, dude.
Be careful, Florida Man. You know what's happened last time where he just goes in for the mix-up. Nitty is just not aware of these stance transitions that Haohmaru has when you got Warriors focus.
He's for sure not aware of quite a lot, and I do appreciate the fact that Florida Man understood what situation he was going into at the end of that round and just decided to sidestep to the point where, like, even if he got hit by something that would have traditionally wrung him out, he was just going to get hit by the side and it wouldn't be a big deal.
I think the Florida Man, one thing he could go for more is just going for these Warrior focus mix-ups, because, like, Nitty just doesn't really seem to, you know...
Yeah, like,
right?
Yeah, just go into Warriors focus just in general. In fact, you still have time to where I would even test out stuff like, oh, he took the bar. So many pokes. No parry? Come on.
Nice 2A challenge. Florida Man has a big, you cannot be moving on counter hit off 60. It is so plus J.
+8, yeah. Into a pretty fat button in and of itself.
Yeah, it's a pretty fat vertical.
Man, I guess we had like those parries for just a glimmer of time and then he was gone. Yeah, okay. I feel like 4-4K isn't really going to do all that much just because when Zas crouches, he's typically not crouching just to crouch. He's typically doing it to do full crouch 3K, which is going to be too fast for 4-4K anyway. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that or 4-6B, but 4-6B seems to be hitting him out. Big enough hitbox.
That's so much meter. He's got the meter advantage. The only thing he doesn't have is the round advantage. Here's our first RI.
Yeah, and he's going for Warriors focus, but he's going for the mid, right? He wants to get that lethal hit.
Yeah.
But Nitty is just not attempting to block the low. I think you just need to go for the low more.
There's no way that was really optimal, was it? I doubt it.
I don't think it was.
So at this point, yeah, I feel like... So he ends up getting wrung out here, but I do appreciate that Florida Man decided to stay aggressive there, because there were so many different avenues where he could have won based on the guard crush.
Yep.
Ooh, 2-2-AB.
Still applying that guard damage. Nice challenge, the 2A from Nitty. Gonna get lethal hit. Oh, no, goes for the knockdown. He's trying to go for
so he could go into, mix. Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, you could have got a lot more damage off just going for that lethal hit, though. But, I mean, yeah, sometimes it doesn't always work out.
At this point, he's just dead to one combo. In fact, I believe he's dead just to one blocked heavy slash.
Yes.
All right, at this point, he's just going to chip him out with fireballs, probably. There's a relatively good chance that Nitty isn't even aware of, you know what? He might be listening to the stream, so I won't spoil it for Florida Man. He may not, Nitty may not necessarily be aware of the power-up that the fireball gets from Haohmaru when he's in Soul Charge.
Maybe not. It seems like he's just not trying to block, like, he's not even participating in the Warrior Focus mix-up, right? He's, like, blocking mid, but it's not...
To be honest, when it's talking about, like, when it's off of strings, it's a relatively easy mix-up to deal with. It's possible to RE both options from some characters, and it's almost assuredly possible to GI both of the mix-up options at the same time. The A is a little bit of a different story, but you don't get as much reward.
No, definitely not.
Ooh, trying to step there, can't do it.
Yeah, no, the Ronin cancels are definitely throwing Nitty off. He's not sure which moves are Ronin cancelable and if, like, how good they are on Ronin cancel either. And he's supporting more for the 660. Nice GI battles.
Something we really haven't seen from Florida Man so far. That's going to be the round, but he hasn't really used 4-4-B, which is one of my favorite things to, like, create meaty pressure off of that break attack where he tosses up his sword.
Yeah, oh, nice disrespect with the Dragon Punch. Using tech crouch frame to duck under that high.
See, like, when Nitty gets going, oh, wow, just see the, oh, no, what was that? Oh, was he trying to do that, that glitch? Where it's like, you get the parry, and then you effectively activate the RI, and it does no damage, but it has some sort of weird cinematic where it's obviously it doesn't make any sense?
The glitch is passed out, and it makes you... It's passed out, and it makes you +8. So, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Boom. Well, he gets a punish there.
They punish, but
yeah. I mean, he gets a recur, so it might have actually been the optimal punish.
Nice delay on the
double!
That was super swag. Gets to the throw, and he's dead.
Good, yeah.
That was a super sweet sequence from Florida Man.
You can tell that's what he wanted to do from the beginning of this set. And that puts him at, what, 4-2?
I believe so. But
this is the first to 10 or 5?
10.
It's 10, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was very clean, though. He got the double lethal hit combo, breaks the wall in a great ring-out situation. And the mix-up on the throw as well.
Yeah, I do like the fact that Florida Man is deciding to be a little bit more cavalier with these parries, which I definitely think is the right way to go, because I don't really think that you're risking all that much getting hit by, like, one hit of a non-lethal hit Zas string versus the amount of reward that you're getting when you're right about them. Like, look at this.
Exactly, he's been right so many times. It's like, Nitty, for the most part, yeah, he's just going to do, like, 6K. He's just going to do a 3AB. It's not that bad.
And also notice that Florida Man always assumes that Nitty is going to be...
Well, there's one way to call it out.
Yeah. No, it's definitely something that you can take out, but it's really just trying to interrupt Nitty's pressure, right? That's the way that he's getting damage, that's the way he's getting rounds, is by going through, like, typical Zas, like a flowchart kind of thing. Yep. Ooh, wants to go into that, get that chip damage going.
Nitty not gonna let him have it. Dang. Stone block.
Nice BB. I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to do with that. There we go. He's trying to duck that. It's like so many times.
Yeah, oh, disrespect. Tries to punish with the high, but no, not gonna pan out.
When you're in a rage, those double shoulders are only -6, I believe, so it's not even that huge of a gamble, to be honest. I mean, the uppercut in and of itself is pretty big, but considering the fact that we're dealing with somebody who probably doesn't know a lot about the character, the uppercut can be harder than you would expect to actually block punish. So
well, one thing to keep in mind as well is the uppercut, while in rage, it recovers quote-unquote low. Not tech crouching, but low. So some highs will go over, some will hit.
Yeah, they decided to make it like super awkward. So that's going to give Nitty his first round. He's going to pump the stage just a little bit. So now we only have like 2 wall bounces.
No, they patched that out actually, Jay. So now post-round, the wall does not take damage.
Oh, right. He didn't die from the wall bounce. He died from the 3K in and of itself, didn't he? Okay. No, I knew that they patched it out. I just didn't know which hit actually killed him.
Oh, Jay, I'm colorblind and I found out.
Wow, okay. Look at this guy. Sorry, I forgot that I was dealing with a professional commentator over here.
Sorry, I've got soul charge strings. Those are pretty professional, too.
And that's going to be the round.
Yes, it is. That 6-6B is such a great tool from Haohmaru. So much range. Gets him a lot of damage off those soul charge throws. Or
It's the fact that, it's the fact that these... I find that when Florida Man is on point, when he has like the momentum going, he's making it just awkward enough to where Nitty has no idea what to do. Coupled with the fact that when Nitty is trying to be in charge, he gets situations like this, right? But for the most part, he still has to be very scared about the parry, because the parry would be just effectively the same amount of damage that we just saw Zas pull off. Zas isn't normally used to. Oh, is this no, it's not.
No. So the Ronin cancel, it's just throwing Nitty off. Again, just the ignorance in the matchup, just not knowing which moves the Ronin cancelable.
Not knowing the fact that like Haohmaru can get out of so many situations that he's used to being, like situations like that, where it's just like he's so used to Zas being able to create pressure out of those situations, and Haohmaru is just not the kind of character that you can pull that off with, and that's going to be game for Florida. Oh, I thought that Florida Man had backstepped it. Never mind.
No, he pressed the button.
I don't know why he did that.
I think he just preemptively did it.
Yeah.
One of those things where you just kind of just did it and then.
Haohmaru backstep into 2B seems a bit weird, but Florida Man can be kind of a weird guy sometimes. A little bit of guard damage, but we haven't really seen that come too heavily into play so far this set.
No, it really hasn't. We've seen like maybe 1 or 2 guard breaks this entire set so far.
Potentially a ring out situation. Probably the best news that. Soul Caliber 6. Ooh, this is kind of a risky soul charge. He's got a lot of work to do.
Okay.
Oh, deciding to use in life. Basically lost it again.
Oh, a little late on the punish. It's okay, Nitty does not know string. It gets interrupted by the Dragon Punch as well.
Yeah, you have to challenge that with a kick, my dude.
So he got the mix-up, right? He just didn't space it properly. Oh my god, Nitty! When were you gonna learn? He's been hit by that like
These
so many
uppercuts
times.
have been so money already. Wow, he's still sidestepped. He gets a fantastic lethal hit, but I really feel like Florida Man has been doing the B plus K every time in that situation. Ooh, he got the duck, but then he got a parry for some reason. That stinks.
Yeah, probably tried to go for...
So the parry is like an A plus B kind of thing, so maybe he tried to do B plus K instead, and he ended up with Fat Florida Man fingering it. FF10, F. Oh, interesting, an aggressive soul charge here. Just gonna try to like use the stage so you can get some chip damage and guard damage. I like that.
They're both flashing red as well, so this would be a huge resource for whichever one catches out on it, but it could be a lot of damage from Florida Man.
Okay, so he ends up having to spend it here. That is not the correct, I don't think that's the correct combo, but he would know better than me. He ends up getting it anyway, but yeah, so he's going to be at a pretty, Florida Man's going to be at a pretty distinct disadvantage here on the guard meter and the meter just in general.
Yeah, but it's okay, he's going for those Warriors focus mix-up, doesn't know that's a plus.
Even on block, he's testing it out. Pretty much every Warriors focus stance, like from string on block, is going to be punishable from Haohmaru. Even just raw, this isn't going to kill. It's going to be very close, though.
Yeah, he does a lot of damage. And he's just checking Nitty slowly, right? He's just like adding certain things. Like, oh, are you respecting 6B and there's Warriors focus on block? Okay, cool. I'm going to mix you up.
Yeah, it's going to be so many situations that are effectively free mix, free damage situations that... Okay, so here we go. So Nitty has the meter. He has the guard damage. It's going to be a matter of, like, can he figure out when Florida Man's going to be aggressive?
Yeah, and the 2-2-AA, hitting him with it again, going through these just like super raw mix-ups, right? 2-2-AA, 2-2-AB, going into 6B into Warriors focus. Just show, like, seeing with that how Nitty's dealing with it, and Nitty's just not participating at all. He's just like, okay, yeah, sure, mix me up.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because, you know, you could do 2-2-A into Warriors focus, but that's really only the kind of thing that you do when your opponent knows at least a little bit about Warriors focus, and so he hasn't had to even go to that layer of Yomi. I see that he's trying to get those pairs. I guess it's a lot harder to do than I had initially expected.
Yep.
I guess the window is just a little bit too small for it to be wholeheartedly considered. Here we go. Here's the grab that I was expecting to see a little bit earlier.
Break confirmed off the wall spot as well, gonna get the round.
Yeah, because basically every time that he's been in a situation off of the B+K lethal hit, Nitty has just wholeheartedly respected
Yeah,
it.
if he gets the full freshly K though, good disrespect, but this heavy slash coming through, gets the block punish on the 2-2B, and Florida Man is just taking advantage of all of this matchup and experience from Nitty.
Come to think of it, Florida Man isn't necessarily punishing the Zas 2-2B on block wholeheartedly appropriate either. He would be getting like a 6B for a -16 punish as opposed to 12 or 14. But I guess it doesn't really need it, huh?
No, it doesn't really. I mean, like the I-14 AA is still really solid damage from Haohmaru, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, 2B again into Warrior's Focus or Ronin cancel is going so well.
So this is another thing that Nitty doesn't seem to know, though that being said, this can be very difficult to capitalize on, but it's important to remember that even though Haohmaru has certain strings where he could go into like additional follow-ups and everything, wow, that was so much damage! Shutting me right the hell up, but even though he has strings where he can do follow-ups afterwards, if he doesn't make you at least block the move and or you get hit by the move, he can't continue with the string. Meaning that so in this situation where it's like, how does a 6A and you RE, he's kind of SOL. He doesn't actually have a way of getting out of that because the RE doesn't technically count as being blocked or getting hit. So he's allowing the reversal as to just kind of happen. Man, the amount of time it took me to describe that.
Yeah, you know, Jay, sometimes you go on for so long that like a whole round goes by.
Yeah, I feel like that was more than a round.
Yeah.
Oh, that guard crush combo was not great. Oh boy.
Okay, doesn't get the resplat. Alright,
okay.
Soul charge here? Yep.
Great explosion, that definitely makes sense.
Yes, it does.
That was tight! Probably doesn't know that that is unbreakable when he's in Soul Charge. Once you see Warrior's Focus, it's kind of just a straight up mix between is he going to do the mid from Warrior's Focus or is he going to do the grab that I can't do anything about?
Yeah, it definitely, so much from Florida Man, it's just taking advantage of Nitty not knowing what's happening.
Now I feel like, I mean, Nitty's really going to have to come up with something pretty quickly. Either some sort of ability to pour out damage to out-damage Haohmaru, which isn't the easiest thing in the world, or he's just going to have to figure out Haohmaru's strings. I don't see that really happening either. So now my question is, what are we going to see in the Twitch chat after this is over?
Right? Like, you see Nitty, right? He's mashing after 2B. Gonna get the wall combo here. Has a curse on, but he whips it!
Trying to duck it. Oh, that could have been death.
Yeah,
oh, he tried to RI, but he didn't have enough meter. He got a GI instead. Yeah, Nitty trying to be more aggressive, but it is going to provide more opportunities for Florida Man to win.
Okay.
I like that he's going for Nitty's going for smaller pokes, which I appreciate. He's going for like small kick strings, which he might just be inadvertently adapting to the fact that that makes them makes his pressure more immune to the berries.
Yeah, he got a whiff punish off a 2-2B. I don't think he intended it to be a whiff punish. He kind of just like threw it out. I was like, all right, cool. Let's tech crouch under the hide.
Ooh, super scary situation. Man, Florida Man going out of his way to put himself into ring out pressure.
Like 2A challenge, pop soul charge off of it, gets this hit back as well, which he may have been mashing.
Ooh, so many sidesteps. He was trying to get that 2-2B for the last 70 years. If at first you don't succeed, huh?
Yeah, I mean, just throw it out. Yeah, Haohmaru's punish for it isn't like amazing, right? Maybe he gets like a 6B into pressure or like a BB.
6B into Warrior's Focus. I think that's relative. It's especially cool if your opponent doesn't deal with Warrior's Focus at all. So that's
which we've definitely seen.
Did you notice that Nitty effectively went for 2-2B the last 5 times he got hit in this round?
Yeah. Oh, nice duck from
Florida
Man. Yep.
Alright, so you could potentially bring this back. Nitty doing some work. I appreciate the fact that he's making his pressure a little bit more awkward because the main thing that he wants to get away from are the well, I guess the grabs, but also the parries.
Yeah, I like that Nitty is going for some adaptation, going for the A+B. Oh, nice! The 4-4K gonna jump right over that 2A, gets a lethal hit.
He's gonna try to force Nitty to spend bar on this round. Solid pressure. More 3ABs. Florida Man kind of cooling off on some of the stuff that was getting him so much mileage before, and yes,
he finally ducks into the mid on Warriors focus. I think it's because like Florida Man delayed it so much.
Yeah, exactly.
What a crazy call out with the clap.
1 bar to 2 yet again. Doesn't have to worry about guard pressure. In fact, Nitty's the one who has to worry about that.
Yeah, definitely. We haven't seen Nitty use meter too much, right? He's mostly holding on.
I've seen him use meter, and his guard crush combos. His guard crush combos have been pretty lackluster, to be honest. Ooh, 4-4-A, and that's gonna be it.
Yes, it is. 8 games to 2 right now for Florida Man.
Boy, oh boy. Yeah, I mean, we saw a little bit more additional aggression from Nitty in this game. A lot more hammering with 2-2-Bs, which isn't the worst idea in the world because it has tech crouch, and a lot of the ways that Hao tries to contain step is with highs. But still not really enough because you don't know Warriors focus, you don't really know Soul Charge, you don't know these strings. This is some tough stuff.
Yeah, he's mashing after Hao's 2B a lot.
Yeah.
He's like, Florida Man just goes for the DP afterwards. He doesn't care. He goes for the Ronin cancel. Go it. Do it. Your opponent's not gonna...
It's just like Ronin cancel versus 2-2B at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so he's gonna go with like 3AB into 2A a lot.
Yeah, he just hits him with the raw sweet chin music. Doesn't even get the GI on.
There's so much, there's so much 2-2B, it made me cough.
Yeah,
So literally every time he hits, he's doing 2-2-B.
Yeah, Haohmaru does have a great like 3A like contain movement as well, so it could be another option to explore.
Yeah, it's definitely something that you want to do. It's just that you don't really get any pressure around it. So I understand Florida Man's hesitation to use something like that. He wants to just end this quickly.
Nitty just going for all this crazy pressure and 2-2-B again. He just throws it out.
It's like literally every time he's gotten hit, he's gone for a 2-2-B. He's really gonna force Florida Man to actually start doing stuff like 3A, which is definitely a smart way of going about it. Putting it into giving Haohmaru less opportunities to do pressure.
Yeah. And throw out the 2-2-Bs. Either Florida Man needs to sidestep a bit more because he's gotten to the point.
And that's it.
Yeah, he's gotten to the point where he is conditioned Nitty to stop just going for like 3A, like for like every single thing in the entire world,
Right.
and to go to something else. But Nitty's arsenal is like, I'm gonna 3A you, I'm gonna 2-2-B you, or I'm gonna like full crush 3K you.
Or I might GI you.
Right? 6AA is something also. You're kind of like, you've limited one. Now you can kind of just block 2-2-B, punish it, use 6B, go into Warriors focus, and get a mix-up. And we see Nitty's not really great at dealing with that.
Yeah, so now it's just going to be a matter of, like, can Florida Man figure out the 2-2-B with significantly more sidestepping? Is he going to be grabbing more often? Is he going to punish it a little bit more heavily? Or is he just going to lose?
Right?
Oh boy.
Run cancel.
Yeah, see, there's those 3As already.
Yep.
While Rising A, definitely another great button. It starts off high, but it's going to be double hit. Nice duck. Wow.
It's like one of those moves that's like effectively a mid.
Yeah. Better than
Like
a mid because it has 2.
Yeah, it's like a Devontae's A6.
Not as good as A6, but still.
No.
Dude, these 3As. Hey, somebody was listening to me.
Yeah. I said it, Jay. Don't take credit for what I said.
Oh, I mean, I feel like I effectively was the one who said it. I think I captured the spirit a lot more. You see that 2-2-B beat out the grab at disadvantage? That was pretty great.
Speaking of 2-2-B, though, went for a ring out, but not quite close enough.
I've never seen that combo before. That was cool.
That was cool. Maybe you got the just frame when it carried farther.
I don't know. I don't know if that actually changes anything.
Usually just frames have some sort of weird property.
Yeah.
Also.
So much chip damage. He's got a bar. Yeah, it looks like Florida Man might potentially be putting himself in. Oh, I saw that coming. The second I saw 6-6K into 6-6K, I was like, yeah, Florida Man's gonna go out of his way to make sure that he loses. I think he forgot what stage we're on.
And what character he's fighting, and
Yeah.
the player.
And his name. Ooh, nice GI punish. Wow, that's so much damage for a GI.
They look in the containment.
Hey, dude. Oh, no punish on the 4-6B. He didn't expect it to. He didn't expect to be able to block it.
Now he's going for 3A, like even in situations where Nitty's whipping, that's where like 6B is a better option. Okay.
Ooh, not going for the full, gets 2-2B yet again. So many 2-2Bs, yo.
Alright, it's this moment he stops doing 3A, Nitty hits him with 2-2B.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
he's very good at like figuring out this this or that kind of mix-up right now. Just like the 3A pressure that Florida Man wants him to do versus the 2-2B that he'd have to
Look,
duck.
he did 3A, sidestep, grab, and then sidesteps again. What
Yeah.
an absolute insane man.
Oh, is this it?
Oh, it is, because Nitty's get caught mashing.
Now again, 2 bars to 1. Guard damage in Nitty's favor on a ring out stage. This isn't going to be easy for Florida Man to get through.
No, he's not. Okay.
And RE that, yeah. Ooh, but he's in Soul Charge, so these are unblockables. I'm not using his bar. He's got to spend it at some point.
And Florida Man used that meter early on. Doesn't get the whip punish he needed for the round. He used that meter early on, so he is not going to have rage explosion. Doesn't matter, though.
Yeah, I really feel like Nitty's obstinance at not using meter in that situation is really kind of what killed it for him. I think he wanted to have the bar to create a situation at the ring edge, which is exactly why Florida Man just pressed sidestep the entire time, the second that he was at the ring edge. But the thing is that he had 2 bars, so he could have had Soul Charge plus the C. So... Alright, well he's got a full bar. The last time we saw was, yeah, he went immediately into Soul Attack. This is safe to... No, it's not.
Wins it out again. Gets the curse.
Alright, well, there you go.
Yeah, he uses meter, and like it's like immediately he just gets so much out of it. Because Zaz's Soul Charge is pretty solid.
Yeah, and again, it was a very similar situation as we had in the last round, which was the fact that Hao didn't have meter to Soul Charge back. And I think that's really where Nitty gets this money off of his Soul Charges, when his opponent doesn't necessarily have the options.
But yeah, Florida Man is on match point here, so if he wins this game, that is it for his first attempt.
Oh wow, you're right. This happened really quickly. That's what happens when you don't know the matchup. I mean, very difficult to get experience from a character like this. We're seeing jump A's into wall rising A's. That's actually not that bad. His jump A is honestly pretty good. You see how far it goes, and it has decent enough pushback to where difficult to deal with.
It's like a worse AGA.
Yeah, much worse. Much worse than AGA, but for a character like Hao, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I wish he had a jump move where he used his board.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I like him. Like, you notice like the difference between the two players, right? You see Nitty, when he's negative and gets hit, he likes to move. He tries to fish for a 2-2B. You see Florida Man respecting these negative frames a lot more.
I find that for the most part, Florida Man is respecting negative frames when the life bars are more even, but in situations like where Nitty is right now, he's become significantly less respectful.
Like, yeah, like right there.
Yeah, it tends to be his downfall, but it doesn't look like he's gonna... yeah, too much four, Nitty! Look at the four, dude! You can't catch him.
Yep. He's too fast.
Yeah.
There we go. 1K.
That was like the first 1K we've seen this entire set, which is funny.
We haven't really seen it that much. It was like twice
it's a really
the
good
combo.
Yeah. Ooh. That's gonna be alright. Yeah, you can't do that.
What's up? It hits him with the
And that's the game.
Yes,
Or is
it
it?
is.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Ooh, decides to go for the Soul Charge. Now, if you teabag, then it's not gonna look as cool, so don't